Not this year, maybe.
Never know.
That's right. Every day when you enter the correctional facility, you have chosen to sometimes look evil in the eye. Every day. Those are the bad folks. What I want to urge you not to forget, however, is that you also take care of some not so bad folks. You take care of my neighbor, your neighbor, maybe a cousin, maybe someone's mother, someone's father, sister, brother, uncle, someone's child. Many people within our prison and of the 1.2 million people locked up in the United States are not guilty. Check out the Innocence Project. There are people who are accused, there are people who are tried, there are people who are sent to prison merely on the basis of who they are, what they look like, their IQ, their lack of any other social supports, their color, whether they're black or white or Asian. They're poor, they're poverty-stricken, maybe they're retarded, maybe they're mentally ill, maybe they have traumatic brain injuries. Out of the service, you could certainly well see that. They may be autistic or challenged in so many other ways, but not in a way that should get them locked up. So take care. You don't know who might be guilty some of the times, and you don't know who is innocent. As I said, you're an impressive group. And I am told, and actually, I think I have witnessed this, that, one of your most impressive, awe-inspiring, confidence-building, strength-based talents was singing Henry VIII. And maybe afterwards you could lead us in a rousing chorus of that. And you did that for team building. When I was writing this speech, I decided it would also be a good idea to take a look-see, to do a little bit of research as to what exactly it is that we expect of our CO1s. And I was quite frankly surprised. I thought I knew something, but let me tell you who don't know what the general duties are as listed on our website for Correctional Officer 1's job code 611200, starting pay, I won't say. Not enough. General duties. Interesting. There were 28 general duties. Did you all know that? You're going to start out with at least 28 duties. And let me just read you a few of those. Number 1 on the list is builds and maintains rapport with inmates. I like that one. And so I kind of thought about that, and I thought, is that rapport building before or after they throw you know what? The second one is diffuses disruptive behavior by verbal interventions. Now, you've all been taught that. I know. I've been to the Correctional Academy. I've witnessed the instruction that goes on. It's great. And this is one I see in the UIRs all the time when I read them. This is the one where you write, or you will write, the brawling inmates, Aryan brother Joe Jones, and brother Rob Smith, you said to them, or you will say to them, stand down, go to your units, and that's an order. That's how you're going to diffuse disruptive behavior. Can you wait? No. The third one is controls disruptive behavior by appropriate verbal orders and/or appropriate use of physical force. And I like this one as well. And it's usually written in CO language. And it usually goes something like this. Despite the use of all de-escalation tactics as taught to me in the Vermont Correctional Academy by Superintendent Simons and training coordinators Farnsworth and Cathcart, it was necessary that I deployed my OC spray, at which point the inmate failed to adhere to my instructions. I therefore asked him or her to assume the knees to the ground position with hands behind his or her back. I then applied the necessary restraining devices as per DOC policy 331.03.099, and then you go off and write your report in triplicate. So you have that to look forward to. Number 4 I like too. It was uses verbal and listening skills to determine potential inmate problems, such as risk of suicide, intoxication, drug usage, assaultive behavior. This one I've read as, this officer, and you may state your name in the report, overheard inmate Jelly Roll describing how contraband was brought into the facility so easily by inmate Jelly Roll's fiance in, quote, her feminine garments. I then reported said conversation to Shift Supervisor Morley, who directed me to write up the appropriate report in triplicate, after which we conducted a surprise unit raid on said inmate. So that's how you're going to use those verbal skills, those listening skills, to determine those problems. Lots and lots of things you have to do, a total of 28. You'll have to monitor visits between inmates and personal visitors. You supervise periods of recreational activity. You write more reports. That's number 22. You do nothing but write reports, it seems. Several of these are about writing reports. You use a two-way portable radio. You read policy and procedure manuals, directives and memos. Mr. Kupek and Mr. Lawhorn will be very happy to hear that. I am confident, as are your leaders and teachers and soon-to-be superintendents, that you will perform admirably all of these duties and more in a manner that is consistent with the professional principles of the Vermont Department of Corrections, as well as what you have learned in the academy. And you have been taught that the department, and through the academy's teaching, that we believe in the inherent worth and dignity of all individuals. And you will continue, as you were taught at the academy, to set for yourselves ambitious goals and to challenge conventional thinking, and to know that every job has its boundaries, and that you must adhere to the rules and boundaries of the Department of Corrections. You must now model professional supervision skills in rule interpretation and enforcement in your day-to-day lives. Honor is the guiding principle of every endeavor that you will undertake. Integrity is the accepted basic attribute of every corrections professional. You will and you must adhere to and demonstrate through your actions the principles of the Department of Corrections. 3 that are very important. Number 1, as the Commissioner said, that people can change. Number 2, again, that you will treat people with respect and dignity. Number 3, and that you will see and behave in a manner that is fair, and that you will create your decision-making around that principle. You will assure that offenders are responsible. Let me leave you with a final statement. You are a correctional officer now. You are a person of highest character, one who others will look up to, and as such, you must at all times attempt through your actions to take the moral high ground. Are you prepared to take it? That is a question that only you can answer, and that is a question that you should ask yourself each and every day as you look in the mirror, whether you are in corrections or not, because the difference is that if you do not answer that question, if you do not think about that question and answer it as I hope you will, that in not doing this and not taking the moral high ground, that you may risk your life and your fellow officers' lives and those who have been placed in your charge. I thank you for listening to me today. I thank you for offering to serve in one of the most difficult jobs in the state. I thank your families for supporting you. I know that you will do the right thing. I know that you will make us proud. And above all, I hope that you will stay safe. Thank you.